Hey everybody, this is Perch. Man, this video is going to hit hard, so let's do it. It's a big hall of mirrors is the name of the mail. Let's see. It says, "Hi Perch. I've been a fan of your YouTube videos for a while, but I notice that the comment section on a lot of your videos kind of sucks. It's not that people are being awful or anything like that, but it does seem like people are posting their comic industry related thoughts that have nothing to do with the topic of your video. I'll be watching your video and think, that's a great point Perch made, or wow, some people are going to disagree with that. But then I look at the comments and there's comment after comment that completely ignores everything that you've said. Gee whiz, that's nice. Are people not watching the videos? Is it auto-generated comments? It's not auto-generated comments. Is it everyone just screaming into the void? As social media, which was meant to bring us together, really just encasing each of us in our own hall of mirrors. There are always some good comments. I don't mean to insult the Perch comment section as a whole. Well, thank you, first of all, for writing in. And I mean, look, I defy the people in the comment section to prove us wrong. No, there are some good comments there. And the good comments tend to be really good. They tend to be very thoughtful. They tend to have good opinions. They tend to work through things. I probably should go in there and like and promote more of the comments to provide, YouTube tells me that would provide engagement and thus drive the views up. I don't inherently care about driving the views up, but I do care about, rewarding or at least acknowledging that there's some really good comments out there. Unfortunately, we live in a bubble, or a lot of people do. And I mean, case in point, and I'll just be real here for a minute. There are a handful of people out there, and when I say out there, I mean comic pros, I mean people who work for the publishers, I mean YouTube personalities, I mean people on Twitter, like all different people, right? All different groups. And by and large, I'm either like people or I'm, it's benign. I don't really feel one way or another to a lot of people. There's a very small handful of people I truly despise. And generally those people I dislike worked really hard to get there. There's an individual who was an absolute prick for a good 6 months. And I'm talking 6 solid months of just being a dick, taking things I say, putting them wildly out of context, and even admitting it. The thing that tipped me over finally was a person like, I know this isn't what he really meant, but it's funny to assume he did. And, would basically bait, and that's one of the things two things that really irritate me. And I'll just be blunt with it. You go after my family, you're dead to me. You're dead. Whether it's, blocking, I will block you at a heartbeat. You go after my family for sure. I have no tolerance for it. Look, for now, how long has the Mumbles bit been going? 3 years? Feels like at least 3 years the Mumbles bit has been going. And, I see a ton of Mumbles comments in the hidden or, the maybe inappropriate. So I don't know what YouTube algorithm is catching him, but by and large, you look at the videos, you'll see Mumbles is shit up there. And is it old? Is it tired? Yes. Am I sick of it? Yes. Am I going to delete it? No. It's fine. If Mumbles started going after my family, fuck yes, he'd be gone tomorrow. I don't tolerate that. The other part, though, is, and you might say, well, if you're on the internet, you deserve it. No, it turns out I have control over that. So fuck off. I'm gonna be done. The other one is people who intentionally are playing this, and I'll use Zach's term, goo goo gaga, intentional misunderstanding of what's being said, or very intentionally misrepresenting what's being said. I have a very low tolerance. It's kind of one of those fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you're blocked. Or whatever. I don't block many people. It takes a lot. And if people find themselves there, it's one of two reasons. Either the person blocked me, in which case it's like, I've just had too many instances where somebody blocks me, and I'm like, all right, well, that's their business. And then they, from behind their block, screen capture things and then continue to be an asshole from behind their little curtain. So now it's like, you block me, I see you do it, I block you, and then I'm like, okay, we've built a wall between each other, and we're going to go on about our lives. That's the way I view it. The other, though, is people who just intentionally try and start crap. And I like, I don't have a lot of interest. If you want to find a channel where you stir up drama with other people, there's plenty of channels out there that will do that. I will all day long talk about how I think Rich Johnson is a terrible news reporter, or Heidi McDonald intentionally misleads stuff. There is plenty of dirt about Heidi's personal life that you notice I don't go into on this channel because, frankly, it has nothing to do with comics. It doesn't matter. If we really want to get specific about it, the amount of dirt on people who work in comics' personal life could fill an ocean. Like there's far more people who have skeletons in their personal life who work in comics than don't. It is amazing the amount of infidelity and drug abuse and just craziness that is out there in comics. There's a lot. You notice we don't go into it in this channel. We don't, because it doesn't relate to comics. Do I think that behavior is reprehensible? Yeah, in a lot of cases, absolutely. Does it have anything to do with this stuff? No. Are other channels going to cover it? Sure, many will. You have those options available to you. But the same thing goes. I get these people, and I'm absolutely convinced they're trolls, or not trolls. It's intentional bait. People like, hey, are you going to talk about what Ethan said about Mark Brooks's child? No, I'm sure it was shitty. I guess I didn't hear it, and I'm sure it was shitty. But why do we need to have conversations where we're going into, constant debate over the various shitty things people are saying? I like, there's plenty of real comic material to talk about. And when I see somebody asking that and poking at that, I'm sorry, it feels like bait. It feels like somebody intentionally just trying to, like, let's see if we can stir up some drama. Ooh, it's very exciting. I hate that voice. Anyway, that's what it feels like. And why are we here for that? I'm not here for that. Are you? That sucks. Like, as crappy as the Krakoa era of the X-Men is, I will talk about that and, frankly, enjoy that all day long over getting into the middle of that crap. Like, that's just no-sum game. But I do wish the comments had more, brilliant comments. I do hate the weird little, I'm going to pretend, my bit is to pretend to be really, really stupid. Like, gee, Perch, I can't tell where you're coming from. Are you saying that Nazis are okay? Now, fuck off. Fuck off of that stuff. All day long. Let's all pretend for the moment. Because here's the thing that I liked about the earlier internet. When I talk about the earlier internet, I'm talking about the America Online. They send you a disc, and then you have that horrible noise as you're plugging in, and everything is super slow and crappy. You remember those days? One of the things, I think, because it was so difficult to get onto the internet, and by the way, I'm not saying that was the glory days of amazing conversation, because there were plenty of trolling bait there too. But I think because it took so long to actually get up and load these pages and get things, there was less just people pretending to be stupid, just for fun. And now we live in a world where the internet is ubiquitous. It's easy. You could, be on your phone and tweeting while you're getting groceries. And so it's easier for people to put on personas of just stupidity because why not? Who cares? It doesn't, none of these moments matter. I think that, if you think about, some people ask me from time to time, why do you think, comic pros will post lunatic things on Twitter, but then they'll act completely normal at a con? And the answer is simple. On Twitter, there is no investment of your time. You can literally post something crazy at the stoplight. Random comic pro is at the stoplight and they decide to start saying, let me give you my opinions on Israel. And you're like, you can fire that thing off while you're waiting for the light to change. And it doesn't matter. There's no commitment of your time or your brain or anything else there. But when you go to a convention, you have to fly there, get your crap, go to the table, show up, put your stuff out. You're conscious of the fact that you invested some money into this. You got to make your money back. And so you're not going to sit there at your comic table in the middle of the convention and just randomly say crazy nonsense to people coming by. I've had a lot of people say, I met Tom King at a convention and he was really nice. Yeah, I'm sure he was. Because when you have to invest your time into things, you tend to, put more value toward it. You tend to respect that time more. And if if your time is cheap, if it costs you nothing to do it, then who cares? Right? Like, that doesn't matter. Go ahead. Just fire off some crazy nonsense. And I think that's the problem. So, look, I think that, again, there are a lot of good comments in the Perch comments, for sure. Thank you for those. I appreciate it. Your buddy Steve here appreciates it. But it is definitely, there is nonsense. And I think there's a lot of games and there's a lot of people who want to play ball. And I can tell a joke about Steve Orlando. Just a casual nonsense joke. And if you've been listening to his channel for a long time, I've made some jokes about Steve Orlando. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I've met Steve Orlando. I've talked to Steve Orlando. Steve Orlando has a reasonable sense of humor about these things. I'm sure I can cross the line at someday, but we're joking around. However, there is a guy, and whenever I say anything on a channel about some comic pro, they will go on Twitter and they'll be like, hey, at Steve Orlando, what do you think about what Perch said about you? He thinks you're a prick. What do you think about that? Do you agree with what Perch said? This guy will do this. And I'm like, why? Why are you trying to start that nonsense? For your own stupid entertainment? Guess what? The guy you're adding, generally, in many cases, talks to me. We're aware. We're aware. I mean, if I mention, I mentioned what the EVS and Mark Brooks. I have no idea what that controversy is about. I have no idea what was said or who or what. There's kids involved. I don't know what this is about. I will tell you, I've gotten at least 30 emails on this topic. Why aren't you talking about it? You should talk about it. What do you think about this? Do you think he was out of line? I think you may be a Nazi because you're not talking about this. What's wrong with you? And I guarantee you, even this video where I'm being just very open about what people are doing because I think this crap sucks. And maybe the next step here is for the people who play this game, maybe this is fair warning. So, fair warning. For the people who play this Let's Start Trouble game, I'm going to start posting your emails. I'm going to do it. If you think it's fun to kind of just stir up drama for your own entertainment, then I'm just going to post your mail and comment about it publicly with your name and everything else. And everybody can see what a douchebag you are for trying to start trouble. How about that? Is that the solution? Tell me in the comments below. Is that the way we should do this? Just stop. Stop. Or bark up a different tree. I don't know. I don't think Critical Drinker is going to give you the time of day. Maybe Yellow Flash. I don't know. I don't think he will. Maybe. I don't think he'll give you the time of day either. I'm just fishing around. I have no idea who will pay attention to your crap. But if this is the kind of stuff you want to do, go for it. When I did that interview with Sean Murphy, the amount of people was like, hey, Perch, you industry shill. Why aren't you asking Murphy about, did he ever have an affair with Max? Like, fuck off with that stuff. Seriously. Don't be a douchey troublemaker. If you can't actually produce your own crap, that's your problem. Don't, make up for your own tiny penis by, by sending this stuff around. It's annoying. But anyway, fair warning. By the way, you can tell me in the comments about it. Come on, Perch, don't be like that. But I think it's time, fuck it, I'll just post your mails. You want to start trouble, we'll just post it. This isn't what we want out of comics. Nobody wants this. Nobody. Just stop. I guarantee you, though, whether, just the names I've mentioned in this video alone, right now there's somebody just with a huge erection, breathlessly writing an email or a DM. Hey, did you hear Perch mentioned your name on a video? Yeah. Here's an idea. If you get one of those, how about you be like me and you also post that stuff and say, hey, Tard, quit trying to start trouble. We got comics to make. How about that? Thanks for listening.